one that often gets people is the hunger, because you will get hungry during fasting. That is unavoidable. What people always worry about is that they'll get so hungry that they won't be able to control themselves. And for most people, it actually doesn't work that way. For most people, when you miss a meal, your hunger will go up, and then if you don't eat, it'll just go back down. So when they measure, people over 24 hours who haven't eaten, they measure their ghrelin, which is
Ghrelin,
a hormone
hunger
that
hormone.
goes up. Yes, a
Yeah.
hunger hormone. So it goes up, you're more hungry. What happens is that, at 12 o'clock, you miss your meal, you're hungry. Yeah. At 4 o'clock, your hunger level, your ghrelin levels are actually the same as if you ate. It goes right back to baseline. So what happened? Well, your body took the energy from your stores. It took it from your body fat, and you ate lunch from your body fat. You just didn't take it from the food. But your body has essentially fed itself on its body fat. So therefore, you're no longer hungry. And that's basically all that happened. So if you can simply ignore it for, 90 minutes or so, that wave of hunger is just going to pass. Your body will feed itself. And most of it is also conditioning. So most of the hunger is actually just conditioning. That is, you think you've got a habit of eating a certain way, and when you don't, then you're going to be hungry. For a lot of people, and you see that because you see these peaks in ghrelin exactly at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you simply train yourself to eat 2 meals a day, and for years I did this because I skipped breakfast, mostly because I just was too tired and I wanted to sleep, so I didn't want to get up and make breakfast. So I
Right.
just ate lunch and dinner. I don't get hungry in the morning very often anymore because I'm just not used to it, right?
Yeah, you're
So if
conditioning yourself.
yeah, it's just a conditioned response. So hunger is very often a conditioned response. So if you simply get used to it, then all of a sudden you don't have to fight yourself to lose weight, because your habits are just going to lead you naturally to this. So that's the beauty of something like fasting, because as soon as you establish that habit, it's easy, because it doesn't take any willpower or thought. It's just something that you naturally fall into, as opposed to sort of diets where you're constantly thinking about, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I eat this? No, this you shouldn't eat. So, there's a lot of advantages there. A lot of the myths turn out to be false. In fact, most of the myths are the exact opposite. So people say, oh, you can't concentrate. Your concentration actually is shown to be better. It's like, oh, you're going to go into starvation mode, meaning that your body will burn less energy. No, it actually burns more energy. So all of these myths are just sort of blown away by the actual science of it, which nobody had bothered to look at. So when I started talking about this in sort of 10 years ago, 8 years ago almost, all the science was there already. But the perception, which is that this fasting is bad for you, fasting is dangerous, fasting is going to cause all these things, it was almost all the exact opposite of what was actually true. And it just meant getting the knowledge out there, and people could see it for themselves. Hey, here's an intervention that's free, that's available, that has all these benefits, and most of the myths are simply untrue. So what's stopping us from doing it? And the answer is nothing. It's just habits. We want to change our habits.